don't know what it was for. I don't even remember.
Pretty sad.
Larry David did not respond to our request for comment.
Yeah, I wonder why, dude. All right, let's watch. This is Zablon Simitnov. He is the last remaining Jewish person in Afghanistan.
Zablon Simitnov.
I am only one Jewish Afghanistan. Kabul. Very good.
Very good.
I love this dude. I absolutely love this dude.
Before 1945, Afghanistan had thousands of Jews, mostly living in the western city of Herat. But they all left for Israel, Europe, and the US because of war, except for Zablon, who still remained.
He's so dead, bro. No, he fucking is not. This man has single-handedly defeated the Taliban. I don't know if they will mention it in this video, so I don't want to spoil it, but I'll tell you why.
This man is the last Afghan Jew living in Afghanistan, a country of 36 million people. Just wait until you hear the rest of his story. As a Jew myself, I am proud of my religion. It's something that always stays with me when I travel, and even though I'm not religious, I like to connect with Jewish communities around the world. So yesterday, when I found out about Zablon, I booked a last-minute flight to Kabul, and the search was on to find him. After asking around a few times,
This is it?
Oh, you say it's upstairs.
Oh, alright. I guess we found it.
sure enough, I tracked him down on the 3rd floor of this old apartment complex.
Salam alaikum. How are you?
One thing, come in. You from?
I'm from the US.
Libya.
US, but I'm Jewish.
You Jewish?
Yes. Nice to meet you.
یا ماشی و کلوش ماست بخور سوام و خلیم یا ماشی ملاتوش آسا و شون یا ماشی میکو ملاتوش آسا.
So how do you practice your Judaism as the only Jew in Afghanistan?
آن تنهایی اون کالاندر بچه که باید میکاره که صافی اسرائیل جنتیلی کالاندر.
I fucking love this dude.
A Jewish calendar. My cousin brought this from Israel, and I have a lot of other books. I do take care of the days and everything and the timings, and
This is an old video.
There all the time just from this calendar.
Born in 1959, Zablon and his family come from Herat. He was a successful businessman for decades, making a fortune trading carpets, and traveled all over the world for business.
Israel.
Wait, you think that guy's a Zionist, so beware? First of all, yeah, I mean, he could be. But that makes it even funnier because there's a second part of the story that I know is not featured in here. Just wait, I'm going to tell you everything about it.
He came back to Kabul in the early 90s and woke up one morning to realize that all his carpets were robbed at customs by the Mujahideen when they overthrew the government.
Everybody took it and escaped, and it was robbed and stolen and theft.
Soon after, the Taliban took control of Kabul and they threw Zablon into jail, beating him up and destroying most of his possessions, including his beloved Torah.
That's really sad.
They broke it.
Manura.
Really? When?
Manura, yes.
The Taliban destroyed all of this stuff?
Yeah.
Oh
That's
my
really
God,
fucked
that's
up.
horrible.
They tried to
That's like an ancient ass Torah too. That's like really fucked up.
force him to convert to Islam, but he wouldn't give in.
He says, you know, in general, he says the Taliban was creating a problem for Jews. They just wanted their Islam, and they didn't even want Shias. And he's asking me that you don't know this, and you ask me.
Does the Taliban know about him being here now?
Yes, they know.
Is he scared?
He says, I'm not afraid. For months I was in their prison, and he says, I don't care.
So within a few years, he went from a rich businessman to being broke and under control of the Taliban.
Wait, come on. He doesn't mention why they let him out of prison? And it wasn't just him. There were 2 Jewish people living in Afghanistan at the time. One of them unfortunately passed away in 2004 or 2005 or something. Okay, so they arrested both of them. Okay, so the Taliban arrested both of them. So I'm just going to tell you right now. And they released him. Because, I mean, he's not in prison. Dude. They released them because they were fucking so annoying, dude. They would constantly fucking fight. So ultimately, they were just like, all right, just go. I don't care. I love this story, dude. They literally were just like, dude, come on, just go, just go. There's more, though. They would fight each other all the time. They were neighbors. The two remaining Jewish people in Afghanistan were neighbors, and they were literally fighting all the fucking time. Okay? Nonstop. And then they were arrested and jailed. And then they kept fighting in jail. The last Jews in Afghanistan argued so much the Taliban kicked them out of prison and stole their Torah. As the old saying goes, 2 Jews, 3 opinions. Add 1 headache for the Taliban. He lives in Afghanistan's last standing synagogue, which he renovated himself in the heart of Kabul's flower district. Every Shabbat he reads the Torah from the bima of the old sanctuary. Everyone in the streets knows him. He's very salient and sometimes very choleric, but we have fun with him. But yeah, oh, here it is. In 1998, Levi wrote that the Taliban interior minister accused Sementov of the theft of Jewish relics. Sementov retorted by telling the Taliban that Levi ran a secret brothel where he sold alcohol, which Levi denies. Sementov also spread rumors that Levi had converted to Islam, which Levi denied as well. They just kept going back and forth and telling the Taliban government that they were fucking... When he returned, Sementov encountered Yitzhak Levi, nearly 2 decades his senior, living at the Kabul synagogue. The two did not hit it off. They fought viciously about which of them was the rightful owner of the land. So then they ultimately moved into the different wings of the synagogue. Sementov said, I don't talk to him. He's the devil. He told the New York Times in 2002, a dog is better than him. I don't have many complaints about the Taliban, but I have a lot of complaints about him. Levi replied that Sementov was a thief and a liar. He said, I don't care about the Taliban. The Taliban was so annoyed by their constant fighting that they threw them in jail. But they eventually kicked them out of jail when they continued to fight inside the prison. Levi died in 2005. The Taliban beat me a lot, Sementov told Foreign Policy. I was imprisoned several times because of this charlatan Levi. He wanted to get rid of me to sell the synagogue, but thank God he was not successful. Unfortunately, though, they stole the 15th century Torah, which was sad, very sad. It's like an artifact. Sementov vows to find the Torah and to keep up his search until his dying days. He still believes that the Torah will resurface, but whether the Holy Scripture reemerges or not, there will be at least one Jew waiting for it, and he will continue to stay in Kabul. It's a beautiful story. And by the way, there is more. Let's continue.
Meanwhile, his wife and 2 daughters left for Israel. Zablon was eventually freed, and he has made his home here in Kabul to be the sole caretaker of this synagogue.
Okay, so we're now entering the synagogue. Oh, it's amazing. It's the only synagogue in Afghanistan. Wow. A Jewish start. And it's super cool. Like, one of the most special experiences I've ever had on all my travels is right now.
Miraculously, he has kept Orthodox, studying Torah.
I can't believe this dude did not mention like the funniest aspects of this guy's entire existence. Oh, there's a video of them arguing. He's chasing all of my customers. One played the drum, the other, I don't know.
اما شما گفته که خوب
But you
نبودن.
said they didn't play well.
شما گفته که خوب نبودن. یادتون رفت؟
خب چی کنم ابو صدرالدین نیامد آمد گفت بهش گفتم شما مجله داریم اومد من بهش گفتم گفت خب زولان باز ریزنی کرد زولان گفته بشه از اون رو گوشم شما بیا
He's in the background and said, "What did you say about me, you scoundrel? I piss on your beard."
چرا دو میزنی زولان دیونه شدی چی بلا گپ بدی نگفتم من به تو گفتم صدرالدین میگی بیا صدرالدین میگی بیا یه براش تار بزن چی دو میزنی زولان من تو چی گفتم چی گفتم من تو را اینو چی میگه اینه من به تک برای کپی ندارم اینه دان اینجا شیشه بیادش پرسان کن اینه دان اینجا شیشه بیا پرسان کن این من برای توش گفتم زولان دیونه شدی چی بلا من به تک بدی نگفتم دان اینجا شاشته اینه یه نان میخوره بیا من به تک گپ بدی نگفتم دو میزنی دیگه چی گپ داری پدر میگی مرده میگی زن میگی فاش میگی هر چی میخوای میگی چرا بیگناه بشی تقصیر اسرائیلی چی شد افریقی چی شد دوستی رفیقی چی شد به نکی با پدرت کردم با مادرت کردم با برادرات کردم تو که یکی اکبر هم بره برباد کردی من گویی من نصارا من گابر من ترسا تو خوب او یالا کار من دیگه یالا کار من هر چی که تو میگی من هستم چی میگی زده من یالا کن تو خوب من بعد
گوش نمیکنم
من بعد سگوارینو به جونه میفته بینی چی میگه
گوش نمیکنم
من به تو گپی ندارم میگو صددین گفتم زولان گفتی پیش دو بره تو خب پیش دو بره تو به جان من میده پدر مرده و زنده فاش کنی میگی
He said you're a I don't know what a triple goy would mean, but goy is a gentile, yeah, non-Jewish person. Like he's saying you're
titties.
Why do they hate each other so much? We already talked about it. They were just like constantly lying about one another.
Torah,
like all
practicing
the time.
Shabbat, and keeping kosher.
In 1992, I went to Tashkent on Uzbekistan and I learned how to do the slaughtering stuff. And he says, I never buy food from here, from the bazaar.
When I asked him if he wants to move to Israel, he said, "Why? This is my country and I am not going to leave." What an experience it's been to connect with Zablon and hear his stories. His courage, his persistence, and his passion is exceptional. There's a special bond that was shared between us, and it's something that I'll remember forever.
Thank you, sir. See you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow.
Thank you very much.
Laila Tov.
Laila Tov.
Ken,
Laila Tov. Wow, that was an insane experience. Meeting that guy and talking about Judaism in Afghanistan, of all places. Good night, guys.
Okay, so it doesn't even end there. It's very. This is why I said I love this dude. It's a really cool fucking story. So there's more to the story. Okay. So the last remaining Jew in Afghanistan, when the latest takeover happened, okay, Israeli authorities said, "Hey, we'll evacuate you." Okay, we'll you know, move you to Israel. And of course, unsurprisingly, he said, fuck no. And there's a couple different reasons. One of which is because he refuses to give his wife Jewish divorce. And that he will not be moving anywhere. I will not leave my home. If I had left, there would have been no one to maintain the synagogue. I had the opportunity to leave for the U.S., but I gave up. Or he, wasn't interested. His wife and 2 daughters have been living in Israel since 1998, but Simentov has stayed in Afghanistan to tend to the Long Synagogue, located in Kabul. Attempts have been made to assist his Israeli wife for years, though he is yet to agree to give her a divorce. Like the absolute fucking Sigma male he is.
Big love daddy Arjan, hope her back
He is refusing
ASAP.
to divorce his wife, who's been living in Israel since 1998, dude. Rabbi Pinchas Goldschmidt, the chief rabbi of Moscow, wrote on Twitter that he had offered to fly to Afghanistan to administer the divorce, but Simentov refused. As halacha, Jewish law, requires the husband to voluntarily grant his wife a divorce, many women are rendered agunot, literally chained women, as they are chained to their marriages if they aren't given a get. So he's holding motherfucking frame, baby. Not leaving.
Leave Kabul, fearing
and not
persecution
divorcing.
by the Taliban. But there are a few who have decided to stay even though they know that dark days are coming. One of them is Afghanistan's last Jew. Zebulon Simontov said that he had the chance to escape to the US, but he is unwilling to leave his home. He had also mulled moving to Israel, where his family lives. The 62-year-old had said that the Taliban considers him an infidel. Simentov was born in Afghanistan's Herat province and has spent his life witnessing turmoil. He has seen it all: the Soviet invasion, the Afghan civil war, and the first Taliban rule. He is now bracing himself for the second Islamic Emirate regime. Simentov has said that the Taliban tried to convert him in the past.
سیکا اینجا مثلا میرن آجه مسلمان ها میرن آجه دیودیا و سیکا اینجا نداره 10 ساله دیگه کار پیچید شده نمیشه دیگه بریش بذار شلاق کبر تا همون طالب 21 سال پیش همون طالبه.
He said that he even went to prison 4 times. So what made him stay on? The 62-year-old is the caretaker of the last operational synagogue in Kabul. He said that the synagogue would have fallen into despair had it not been for him. 70 years ago, Afghanistan was home to 5,000 Jews, but their population began dwindling after 1948, when Jews started migrating to Israel. The remaining Jews left following years of turmoil, which culminated into the Taliban's rule. Our correspondent Anas Malik gets you more.
The last Jew in Afghanistan vows to stay back and remain in his country, regardless of whosoever rules the country. Anas Malik in Kabul, Afghanistan, for WION World is One.
WION World is One is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news updates on the move.
Sen öyle yapmıyorsun. Ben her zaman öyle yapıyordum. Sana söylemedim. Evet. This is literally a movie, dude. This experience is unironically a movie. Straight up.